Welcome back, and for our last topic, we're going to talk about this hotel motel tax that's seeing some progress with state lawmakers to cover the renovations of FedEx Forum and some other major Memphis event spaces. So Sam Hardiman's going to be the one that leads this topic, but a look at the numbers real quick. The total cost of FedEx Forum renovations at minimum would be $550 million. $30 million is what Memphis Tourism says that they would be willing to give. Sam told me pledge might be a little bit too much there, and then $230 million from the state, and then that leaves $290 million in question. So Sam, please break those numbers down for us. Where is the status of all of this?
Yeah, so that $290 million, first of all, a lot of that will come from Pepper, essentially a sales tax rebate that exists today on FedEx Forum. If we were to say buy refreshments or drinks at FedEx Forum, the sales tax that we would pay goes to pay down debt incurred for the renovations there. So that's a huge bucket of money, as well as a car rental tax that was extended into the 2050s to pay for this. And this all happened at the Tennessee General Assembly last year. So what really this boils down to right now is sort of a tussle between Memphis tourism and the hotel, industry essentially, and Memphis and Shelby County government. And the Shelby County government and the city of Memphis maybe wouldn't even say it's a tussle. They have approached Memphis tourism about using some of the existing hotel motel tax, which is what pays almost all of Memphis tourism's budget. And that is to promote tourism in the broader Shelby County, Memphis metro region. And they want to use some of that tax to pay, and this is existing tax, this would not be an increase, to pay for the renovations to FedEx Forum. And this week in front of the Tennessee Senate Committee, Wayne Tabor of the Metro Memphis Hotel and Lodging Association essentially said that they have offered $30 million. Memphis Tourism has offered $30 million to governments, and then the governments are seeking $60 million and keep wanting more and more. The governments have not really commented, and also this week the Shelby County Commission passed a resolution which would essentially give them permission to reallocate their existing hotel-motel revenue to FedEx Forum. So the local passage has already passed. What we're really talking about next is what will happen at the state level.
And we are seeing that State Senator Brent Taylor and Ramesh Akbari are behind measures that would allow that tax to go to these event spaces. Memphis Sports Authority, I believe, is what Akbari was kind of behind, and Taylor for FedEx Forum renovations.
Yeah, and both Taylor, State Senator Akbari, and State Representative Kevin Vaughn, Taylor and Vaughn are carrying this bill that would essentially give state permission for this reallocation that's already passed at the county level. Okay, and so they're behind this, but as Taylor said this week in a Senate hearing, he wants to see a resolution to these negotiations between Memphis Tourism and these local governments. And essentially what he doesn't want to see is Memphis Tourism to lose money. They may lose money from the hotel motel tax, but what money would come back to them in some other way to make them whole?
And all of this is encouraging from the standpoint of you have some bipartisanship in the legislature trying to come up with solutions here. It's not every day that you see a Democrat like Akbari and a Republican like Brent Taylor and Kevin Vaughn working together to try to get this done, and that's encouraging for me. Yes, I see that the Memphis Tourism is trying to hang on to some money here, it seems to me, but I believe an agreement will be reached here. I believe that the politicians and the people, especially at, even at Memphis Tourism, I think they will see the necessity of getting this done because we have to have these renovations done at FedEx Forum. It's imperative that we get it done.
Right, $550 million though, at least. I mean, to me, that just feels...
That is a lot of money now.
It's a tremendous amount of money. One thing I will say, and this isn't to diminish the large amount of money, I mean, that's essentially almost a new Regional 1. For example, but it is, if you were to look at the original FedEx Forum, which cost in principle about $240 back in 2004,
right.
If you multiply what $1 in 2004 is today,
right.
You get pretty close to $500 million.
Yeah.
And so really it's kind of not just the cost of doing business, but it's the cost of dollars today.
And they're talking about almost $1 billion for a new jail.
Yes.
So I think when you put it in perspective, I think $550 million is not outlandish.
How confident are you all that they can come to an agreement? Memphis Tourism, the state lawmakers, commission, all of it.
Well, Sam, you've been covering it?
I've been covering it, and like I said earlier this week in another media appearance, it's kind of like being in a small plane. Small planes get bumpy. They go up and down. This is going to go up and down. It's going to be bumpy. The plane will land.
But it also could crash.
Well, but
this isn't a Boeing situation.
All right, that's all the time that we have. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next week.